I'm Tracy Baxter with today's Record Newswatch. Today is Kick Butts Day, an event the American Cancer Society and the organization Power Against Tobacco use as part of their ongoing efforts to convince people to quit smoking. This afternoon's effort at the Crystal Run Galleria also features word that all Pyramid Mall properties, among them the Crystal Run Galleria in the town of Wallkill, will go completely smoke-free as of May 31st. That means no smoking inside or outside the mall, including all outdoor entry points and the parking lots. We'll have more on the tobacco-free policy, as well as reaction and questions about enforcement in tomorrow's Record Newswatch and in tomorrow's Times-Herald Record. The man who shot a Middletown police officer 3 times during a violent domestic incident was resentenced today in Orange County Court. 34-year-old Raymond Zayas of Middletown will now serve a shortened sentence of 17 years behind bars after pleading guilty to assault and other charges for wounding Officer Christopher Dolan, one of a number of officers who had responded to Zayas' Wayanda Avenue home back in July of 2007. Today's sentencing marks the end of a lengthy legal odyssey. Zayas' first trial ended in a mistrial. His second trial ended with a conviction and a sentence of 40 years in prison. They were later overturned by a state appellate court based on the conduct of Judge Jeffrey Berry. Now, prior to a scheduled retrial that was to begin last month, Zayas pleaded guilty to all charges. Because of that plea, Judge Nicholas DeRosa today shortened the sentence to 17 years. Officer Dolan made a full recovery from his wounds. Newburgh City officials and community activists continue to await word from Governor Andrew Cuomo's office concerning the city request that the governor appoint a special prosecutor to look into the fatal police shooting of 22-year-old Michael Lebhart. The City Council passed a resolution followed up by a series of petitions calling on the governor's office to provide an outside investigator to conduct a probe into the circumstances surrounding Lebhart's death at the hands of city police officers inside a Liberty Street apartment building March 7th. The officers say Lebhart lunged at them with a knife. His family and East End community members have questioned the police account of the incident. His first term as Monticello mayor was a stormy one at times, including feuds with the village police department and misdemeanor convictions for selling knockoff sneakers at his place of business. But that didn't stop voters from re-electing Mayor Gordon Jenkins during yesterday's village election. Jenkins easily outpolled Republican challenger David Rosenberg and Conservative Party candidate Victor Marinello. After victory was assured, Jenkins vowed to keep a tight control on village spending, and he called for unity among the differing factions in Monticello.
There's a handful of people that are just vicious, angry, upset and can't accept the change. And the change is for everyone. And you give everyone the opportunity to show them what they can do. And that's what I think people do. They give me an opportunity to see what I can do to straighten out this village, and I've been doing it. And I'm not trying to sound arrogant or anything, but I spend a lot of time here, and I see the direction where this village has to go, and I'm going to be the first one to fight for the village of Monticello.
Jenkins says top priorities during his second 4-year term will include the $3 million renovation of Monticello Village Hall and continued oversight of police department overtime and policing methods through the controversial Civilian Police Commission, positions that have put him at odds with members of the PBA. The filling of village positions, not the only political races that were decided once the polls closed last night. Democrat Frank Skartatos won the special election held for the 100th District Assembly seat that had been held by the late Thomas Kerwin. Skartatos, a former one-term assemblyman from Milton, defeated Republican John Foreman in a district that includes part of Dutchess County, as well as the city and town of Newburgh and the Ulster County towns of Marlborough, Lloyd, and Shungum. Skartatos will serve out the unexpired term through the end of the year and will then have to run in the general election this November in order to win a full 2-year term. And those unhappy with the planned development of a property at Williams Lake in Rosendale are expected to turn out and express their displeasure during a public forum at Rosendale Community Center tonight. The state DEC and the proposed developer, Hudson River Valley Resorts, have been at odds over the size of the proposed Williams Lake project that would include a resort hotel and residential housing complex. The original development plan called for construction of a $200 million facility on 70 acres. Members of two organizations, Save the Lakes and the Sierra Club, say the potential environmental problems would outweigh any possible economic benefits. We'll be enjoying more unseasonably mild weather over the next couple of days, along with these turtles who are sunning themselves at Middletown's Fancher Davidge Park. Thursday could be a record breaker in parts of the region, with the highs getting up around 80 degrees under a partly cloudy sky. Friday should be partly cloudy as well, but not quite as warm, with temperatures topping out at around 70 degrees. Keep checking back here at Record Online to find breaking news and pick up tomorrow's Times-Herald Record for all the news, sports, and features you've come to rely on. For Record Newswatch, I'm Tracy Baxter.